Hi, I'm Danielle Basdekis, and I'm a third-year student at the University of Maryland Francis King Carey School of Law. I'm also the executive president of the Student Bar Association. Today, I'm here with Dean Renée Laurent to discuss changes in the federal student loan policies. Thank you for being here.
Thanks for having me. It's good to be here with you.
There was a major bill passed earlier in 2025 restricting the amount that students can borrow from federal student loan programs. Can you walk me through what's changing?
Sure, absolutely. So the big, beautiful bill, as it is called, one part of it was passed with a goal of curbing cost and reducing long-term debt. So as of July 1, 2026, as a part of that bill, there are new loan caps that are going to apply to all students.
What do these new loan limits mean for prospective law students?
Great question. So it's going to mean that they're going to have to think differently about the way they're going to plan for and pay for law school education, because for JD students, the new amount that they will be able to borrow from the federal government is going to be capped at $50,000 per year, and the total amount that they can borrow from the federal government is going to be capped at $200,000 a year. For our LLM and our MSL students, the total that they can borrow from the federal government will be $100,000, and each year they will not be able to borrow any more than $20,500. So that means that a lot of our students are going to have to start looking at private loan options.
I think a big question on a lot of students' minds is what happens to current borrowers who already have the Grad Plus loans? Will the terms of that change?
They won't, and that's a great question. Like, lots of students are worried about that, right? Like, they've already started borrowing, and they're like, but what's going to happen? What's going to happen to the money I've already borrowed? Absolutely nothing. So students who had loans that were issued prior to June 30th of 2026, they will have the exact same terms.
That's reassuring to know. And can you tell me a little bit more about the repayment terms that are also changing under this new bill? What do prospective students need to know to plan ahead?
So if you have borrowed money under the new terms, paying the money back is going to change a little bit. And so they're going to narrow the number of options, so it'll be a little bit simpler to figure out. There were a lot of repayment options before. Now they will be down to just two. The changes primarily, though, are that are negative for students are that there are going to be longer timelines for forgiveness. And so you're going to have to pay your loan off for more time, for more years, before the amount of the loan is forgiven.
And will the loan forgiveness program go away?
Nope, absolutely not. So they confirmed in October of 2025 that the public student loan forgiveness program is going to continue. So there are a couple of borrowers who are going to have to make some changes, right? So if you are in an income contingent, a pay-as-you-earn, or a saving on valuable education plan, you're going to have to transition. The other rule is that borrowers who have both new and old loans are only going to have new repayment options.
So, what does this mean for prospective law students? How should they prepare?
So it means that they're going to have to do some careful planning, right? My husband says all the time, hope is not a strategy. He is so right. So I need students not just to hope that things will work out. I need them to be really focused and intentional, and think about how they are going to pay for law school. Think about coming through law school. You know, what are the tuition costs going to be? What is the cost of living going to be? What are their career options? What are they thinking in terms of repayment? What are their employment options going to be on the back end? And I am delighted to say in that regard that, our law school, Maryland Carey Law, is a great choice, right? So for the class of 2024, 95% of our graduating class that year was employed immediately after graduation. We are very public service driven. We have strong employment records, both in the state and beyond. And so students should be thinking about questions like that as they're thinking about where to go to law school.
Thanks, Dean Laurent. This really helped me understand the new terms better. And as the president of SBA, I often talk to prospective students who are nervous about these things when they visit Maryland Carey Law. Is there a place that I can send them for more information on?
Yes, absolutely. The Maryland Carey Law website, www.law.umaryland.edu, and go to the admissions and aid page.